Hello, Andrew here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my Premier League predictions for this weekend, the 25th of November 2017. So, well, the first game's already been played. That was Friday. I should have done this video yesterday, to be honest, but oh well, never mind. And that finished 1-1, which was West Ham and Leicester. Today's game, Saturday, first one is Crystal Palace versus Stoke. They had a 2-2 draw with Everton last week, Crystal Palace, and Stoke. What did Stoke do last weekend? Oh, that's right, they drew 2-2 with Brighton. So both teams, had a 2-2 draw. They're both struggling in the Premier League. I mean, Crystal Palace, are really struggling. They're still at the foot of the table. I think, I think Crystal Palace will get a win here today. I don't know why. I've got a funny feeling that Crystal Palace will win this, and I'm going to say 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Manchester United versus Brighton. Well, we all know Man United smashed Newcastle 4-1, and they looked very good against Newcastle last weekend. I mean, Newcastle, they scored first, and then all of a sudden Man United just went, yeah, thank you very much, bang, bang, bang. I mean, they've got Pogba back, he seems to be pushing them forward again. But they did lose 1-0 to Basel midweek, which was a shock result, to be honest. No one would have called that. But you can't see anything other than a Man United win here. As I say, Brighton, they drew their last game with Stoke. But yeah, I think Man United will win this one, and I think they will win it. I'm going to say 3-0 to Manchester United. Newcastle and Watford. Well, I don't know. They got hammered, as I say, by Man United last week, 4-1. They've lost their last three. Watford are having an up and down season. They won 2-0 against West Ham last week. And again, I think this one's going to be a close game, and I think Watford will just snatch it. I'm going to say 2-1 to Watford. Swansea versus Bournemouth. Well, Swansea, they lost to Burnley last week. They're having not very good season themselves, Swansea. And Bournemouth, I believe they won 4-0. Yeah, they did. They won 4-0 against Huddersfield last week. So Bournemouth, on the current form, you'd have to say this is another Bournemouth win. And I'd have to go, I'm going to say 2-0 to Bournemouth. Tottenham versus West Brom. Tottenham only just beat Crystal Palace last week, 1-0. What went about? Tottenham only just beat Crystal Palace last week, 1-0. Never mind. Cancel that out. I made a mistake. Tottenham lost to Arsenal last week. I mean, I've already mentioned Crystal Palace. They drew. What am I on about? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, as I say, Tottenham lost to Arsenal last week, and Arsenal actually looked good for their lead. Tottenham didn't really attack the way they normally would. They didn't have the chances that you would expect the Spurs to have. So, yeah. I mean, as I say, Arsenal did deserve their win, but can they play on a consistent basis? Arsenal, that's one of Arsenal's problems. But Tottenham have got West Brom, a struggling West Brom this week. They lost 4-0 to Chelsea. West Brom, they're on a low, and I think this again will be a Tottenham win. I know West Brom has sacked their manager and that, but the thing is, I still think this will be a Tottenham win. I'm going to say 3-0 Tottenham. Liverpool versus Chelsea. This is a tough one to call. Both had up and down seasons. Chelsea have won their last 4. We've won our last 3. And yeah, it's at Anfield, but this is too close to call. I do think we will win it. I think we would just snatch it, but I think there's going to be goals, and I think it's going to finish 3-2. Yes, I think there's going to be a lot of goals here, and I think it's going to be 3-2 to Liverpool. Sunday's games, Southampton and Everton. Well, we all know Everton are struggling. As they drew 2-2 with Crystal Palace. Southampton lost 3-0 to us. Southampton's problem at the moment is, finding the back of the net, is scoring goals. And Everton, well, you expect them to start bouncing back soon, but I mean they lost 5-1 to Atlanta in the Europa League on Thursday. So I'm going to go with a narrow Southampton win. I can't see a lot of goals being scored here. I'm going to go, 1-0 to Southampton. Burnley and Arsenal both had a 2-0 wins last weekend. Burnley against Swansea, Arsenal against Tottenham. But I think there's only one winner here, and I think that'll be Arsenal. I think Burnley have been playing well, but I think this will be 3-1 Arsenal. Huddersfield, Manchester City. Well, I mean, Huddersfield got smashed by 4-0 to Bournemouth. And Man City, well, they just seem unstoppable at the moment, you know. They beat Leicester 2-0 last week, but this is a foregone conclusion. You'd expect Man City to win this, possibly 4-5-0, maybe more. I'm going to say a 5-0 win to Man City. So yeah, that's my Premier League predictions for this weekend. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel, and thanks all for watching. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye.